Alright guys, here with Cottrell this time. He wanted to showcase his Imperialdramon deck. Everybody loves Imperialdramon.
That's the best boy.
You got second place today?
Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead and get into it, Cottrell.
All right, so just 4 eggs. Your games are going to be pretty fast. It's the same thing. It's just Digimon when attacking jamming. So 4 to 5 times you're always going to have the Digimon that's going to be on top is going to have jamming. So it's just extra, just an extra card every turn. So you keep the ball rolling, get all your pieces going.
That deck guy's adorable.
Yeah, I love that game. So for the rookies, we got 4 jamming Vs. Pairs up with the egg, really good. You play this, you get your draw, and then next turn you automatically move it up and swing. So your opponent's down 1 security, and you're already up in tempo.
So you want to see that guy in your opening hand?
You definitely want to see jamming V in your opening hand. And if you don't see jamming V, it's fine to see any of your other Vmons. I'll talk about that later when I get to the champions, the level 4s. But this Vmon is probably the second best Vmon in the deck. He searches for real top 3 at any free, and everything in the deck is free. So he'll almost always hit something to add to your hand. Next up, we got just 2 of this Vmon. It searches for a 2-color card. I usually play this when I'm searching for like Magnamon or Megadeth, which we'll see once we get into the later part of the deck. And then the only rookie that's not a Vmon, I'm playing 4 Labramon. This is actually really good. If you don't have the Vmon, you play this on top of your egg, and then I'll show you this guy. So this guy has jamming, the main champion you want to see, and if you play this on top of this, you swing, you get the effect of the egg, so your stack will look like this. You'll draw a card, and then you'll gain a memory. So this basically just costs 1 if you play it, because you'll swing, you get one of those memories right back.
And he gives jamming, and that guy's jamming.
Yeah, and he also has jamming. So you'll get the effect off this Labramon, and then you'll get the effect off the egg. And also his inheritable is important, which we'll talk about in a minute. He'll give jamming to whatever you Digivolve him into. And then next up is 4 Stingmon. You need to play 4 because you have to see both pieces at all times. Otherwise, you're kind of playing a slow game, and you don't want to play a slow game. You want to blow your opponent out as soon as possible. So just 4 Stingmons, and he also has the inheritable of giving you a draw 1 when you swing with a blue Digimon. 1 Imperialdramon. This pairs up with your Davis and Ken. So pairs up with this really well, if I can find him. Pairs up with this, these 2 very well. This is if you have a blue at the beginning of your turn, you gain a memory, and if you have a green at the beginning of your turn, you gain a memory. So this will automatically give you 2 at the beginning of your turn every time. It's also blue and green. So if you're missing one of the 2 pieces, like if you're missing the Stingmon or if you're missing the XV, this will get you to your Imperialdramon play very easily. And then 2 Magnamon, just in case. It's really for the Jamming V combo. You swing with the Jamming V, and then you Digivolve the Magnamon on top of the Jamming V. So it'll be suspended, the Magnamon will unsuspend it, and then it'll give you a blocker. So you take 1 off of your opponent's security, and then ensure they can't take 1 off of yours. And then the final champion is Lobomon. The deck wants to kill you as fast as possible, so Lobomon just helps you push for a game. And then 4 Imperialdramon. So this is pretty much basically the win condition of the deck. Like I said earlier, you're going to need your Stingmon and your XVmon. So once these 2 are underneath, the XVmon will give it jamming, and the Stingmon will give you the draw 1. So your stack will look like this.
For free?
Yeah, and this also DNA Digivolves for free. So if you start with 3 memory, you almost always knock 3 security off your opponent that turn. You'll push up with the XV, you'll swing with this to take 1 security off, you'll get the draw 1 off of the egg always, and you can also potentially get the +1 memory off the Labramon.
Yeah.
And then after that, if you have 3, you just play the Stingmon and you DNA for free. So that gets you a draw, and then you swing 2 more times off of this. So then you'll get another draw 1 off of the first swing, and you'll get another draw 1 off of the second one. So you're always drawing like 3 or 4 cards in that turn, up to like 4 or 5 maybe, and then you take like 3 security off your opponent in 1 turn.
So it's aggressive.
It's very aggressive. And that's why you have to play 4 of both of these boys, and then 4 of this because you want to see all the pieces in your hand. And then since it's not particularly a one-turn OTK, you're going to be playing 2 Imperialdramon Dragon Mode and then 2 Fire Mode. So the Dragon Mode, you Digivolve on the top of the Imperialdramon. It'll bring out the 2 champions underneath it, the XVmon and the Stingmon. So this will get you into a Imperialdramon for your next turn for the follow-up, so you can swing again aggressively. And then Fire Mode Digivolves on top of this for 2. And this is just, if this hits the board, it's pretty much game. Once it hits the board, you bounce anything with 10,000 DP to your opponent's hand. You swing with it, and it unsuspends anything you have, so it can swing, unsuspend itself. And then if your opponent has a blocker in play, like they're trying to live, you can suspend their blocker so they can't block. And you just pretty much kill them that turn. And then for the last Digimon, just 1 Def X. This is pretty self-explanatory. Everyone's playing cross-art this format, so almost a lot of times it's going to be free. D-Digivolves 1, and it deletes everything with a level 4 or lower, so it just completely blows out anything.
Stable 1 of, basically.
Yeah, stable 1 of. Pretty much every deck is playing at least one of these right now. For the Tamers,
That's your boy
Davis, best boy. I'm playing for this because I like the consistency. He grabs a blue and a green when you play him, and he sets you to 3 at the beginning of your turn. So, like I said, you want to have that Stingmon, Imperialdramon, XVmon combo. So this will get you to 2 out of 3 pieces immediately, if you're lucky enough to flip them on over.
They hit you out of your securities plus.
Oh yeah, if it gets hidden security, that's just a big plus. Same thing with the Davis and Ken. I already talked about this earlier. Beginning of your main phase, gain 1 for your blue and your green. This is just to push you up. So like if you start at 3 with Davis, you can potentially start at 4 to 5 every turn, and you always have enough to do your combos. And it's also your blue color or your dual color, so you can always proctor Mega Def. So this is your removal card. Get rid of anything. It suspends 1 Digimon and then returns 1 suspended back to your opponent's hand. So if they hit this in security, it just completely ruins tempo. Like you're not dying if anyone hits Mega Def in security. And if you have a problem with anything, that's giving, like, you can't get over it, because the biggest thing in your deck is 13. It's gonna be Fire Mode. You can just Mega Def it and put it back in their hand.
That's
and
pretty
then,
good.
especially if it's a top stack, you just make them start over. I mean, I've Mega Def like cross players, X4s, and I just put it back in their hand, and then they don't save all the materials. It just goes straight to the trash. And then for options, I'm just playing 2 blue memory boosts for the consistency and for the gain 2 memory. Just in case you don't see Davis on those odd times, this will keep it so that if your opponent puts you at 1, you just go to 3 and you do your combo as normal. So you just always have the insurance of having a little bit of memory. And then same thing with the Hammer Sparks. They're a deterrent. If they get hidden security, you gain 2 memory. And then if you're down in memory, like say you're at 2, just push yourself up to 3 and do your combo as normal.
Senzu Bean.
Yeah, it's a Senzu Bean, like in Dragon Ball. And also I use this a lot. Like if I can't do a big play, I'll just Hammer Spark to put my opponent at 1 to memory check them, so that they can't make a big play on their next turn. And 1 Ice Wall, is Hammer Spark, but better. It's like a deterrent. Just pay, every time your opponent swings, they have to pay 2 memory. And if they hit in security, you gain 2 memory. So it keeps them from killing you and gives you time to build up all your materials and then kill them. And then 1 hidden potential discovered. So going back to like the Fire Mode and the Dragon Mode earlier, this just makes them free. It reduces the Digivolution cost by 5 for a green Digimon that's Digivolving. And so Fire Mode comes out free and Imperialdramon Dragon Mode comes out free. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Make sure you guys join that Discord if you haven't already. We're probably going to start hosting some tournaments in the near future. We can get that squared away and get the Digimon community in there. And you guys can always play games for free in there, and we play all types of card games over there and talk. So, see you guys in the next video. Deuces.